Hello and welcome to my cooking channel. Today I am going to be teaching everyone how to make some basic scrambled eggs. To start off, you're gonna need to have 3 eggs or as many as you want to eat, because who am I to judge, right? You also need a little bit of butter or some non-stick cooking spray, and you need a pan to cook everything in. Maybe, get like a little bit of like a spatula or something so you can move the eggs around without burning your fingers. I heard that helps. But yeah, we're gonna be doing all that. Oh, and by the way, the cutest little like whisk to mix your eggs with before you pour them into the pan, because you need one of these guys. Yeah, okay, let's get started. Also, we're gonna be doing some like extra garnishes if you want to see how that's done, and if you don't, honestly, completely up to you. You don't have to do the garnishes if you want to keep it like really basic, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do some very simple scrambled eggs, because I think everybody needs to know how to make these guys. Okay, let's get started. So you're gonna crack in your first egg. So actually I'll show you guys in case somebody doesn't know how to crack open an egg. Take the egg and literally just like hit your table surface with it, like 1, 2, and it'll get a little bit of a crack, and then put your thumbs in that crack area very gently. Let me move it over. Very gently, and you just do one of these guys, right? And it goes right in. And then once again, last egg. Maybe do it 3 times because 2 times was not enough. And crack it right into the bowl. Okay, so now if you guys want to have like some very smooth kind of running eggs that have like a little bit of a creamy consistency, add a little bit of milk. Just a tiny bit, like a splash. So I'll give the proper measurements for how much you need in the description below, because this is like very just like, we're just gonna get it done and out of the way. But obviously when you're making it, and I know when I started cooking, one of the biggest things for me was to have like precise measurements. But over the years, I've just been like, okay, cool. I kind of understand how this flavor works. I understand what this thing is gonna do here. Unless it's something like baking soda or baking powder, I tend to not measure it out, because obviously those guys you have to have correct. But majority of the stuff that you'll be, learning how to cook through my channel, you will not need to have measuring tools for. And if you do when you're starting out, I hope that as we go through it, you guys will slowly start to pick up that like sense of, oh, I just need like a little bit of salt and it needs a little bit of this. I see that happening, which it'll be exciting. We'll get there. Okay, so now here, this is what I'm doing. This is our egg mixture, which you guys can barely see. And we're just gonna mix it up with our little whisk here. And it has that splash of milk in it and 3 eggs. So mix it up really good. And you'll end up with this like, depending on like how bright yellow your yolks are. Has anybody else noticed like how yolks are like that yellow part of an egg? Has anybody else noticed how some of the yolks are like super bright yellow, and other yolks are this like pale yellow color? Like I'm mixing this right now, and you guys obviously can't see, but it's turned into this like really pretty, like, you guys remember Tweety Bird? Kind of looks like her color. It's like this really nice like mustardy color. And yeah, I've obviously had like other egg mixtures which are not as mustardy in color, but this is happening. Okay, another thing for this channel, or not for this channel, for this recipe. You can also make these eggs super creamy by putting in something like mayonnaise into the egg mixture instead of doing just a little bit of milk. That really makes it creamy, and it's actually one of the secrets to how they make scrambled eggs inside of restaurants. Okay, so now, because this is how we do it at home, we got a little Menchie spoon for our butter little, like our little butter container, I don't know what to call it. So we're gonna take a little bit of butter, not a lot, maybe like half a teaspoon, just enough to grease the pan, right? And then make sure you turn on your pan. And the trick to scrambled eggs or any egg recipe is making sure that you're doing it on either low to medium. So if you, for example, have a gas stove like I do, try low, it helps. Otherwise you're gonna end up with like some weirdly shaped eggs. And if you have like an electric stove, go up to medium. It's a trick. Otherwise you end up with those like super dry, almost plasticky eggs, and they just don't taste good. So this is a good trick. It's neat. Okay, now I'm gonna move you guys a little bit we have our little mixture ready to go. Our butter is melting. And let me show you guys. So that's our butter that's melted. And we just gotta make sure, like, even if you can move it around a little bit, right? Get it to coat everything. Because the better the coating, the better your eggs are gonna turn out, which is always really important. So I have my guy on low heat. One last, like, quick swish with my eggs here. And now you literally just like dump it into there. So I'm just gonna pour it right in. And the whole entire thing with egg scramble, you know, I feel like egg scramble came into the picture when somebody tried to like make an omelet. And I don't know if you guys feel like this too, but when you try to flip it, it completely cracks. And then they were like, oh yeah, okay, like I wasn't even trying to make an omelet. I was just trying to do an egg scramble, and here you go. Now we have an egg scramble. Might have been there, you know, that might be the origins of scrambled eggs, but who knows? Maybe, maybe not. That's my theory at least. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you guys have like a completely different theory of what happened and what didn't happen. Okay, so now we're just gonna keep watching. So one of the things to do is let it sit for a second, and the heat will slowly make that egg solidify. And when it starts to solidify, get in there with your spatula or what have you, and just move it around. Scrape it from the bottom, scrape it from the sides, right? And keep that process going, and you will eventually end up with some very, very beautiful eggs. So there's our eggs, and they're just sitting, and we're just gonna go in there and move it around a little bit. See, but you guys are seeing how it's starting to form there, right? And we're just going in, and just moving it around a bit more, because that's always important. And do you guys see like how creamy the eggs are? I don't know if like, you know, you guys can see it glistening obviously, but I'm hoping everybody can see how creamy they're turning out. And then just keep, you know, just keep going ham in here. It'll happen, it'll happen. And then obviously take it off the sides because you do not want that stuff to burn. Okay, so now if you're like me and you like a bit more of a runnier egg and not like fully cooked through plastic kind of situations, this is where we would stop cooking. But if you want to keep going, keep doing as I'm doing right now. Don't like slam into it and break it up into a million pieces. Just kind of gently move it around the pan so it can flip and flop and get a little bit of cooking on all sides. And keep it going. So now we're doing a little bit of this. It's mixing. And I would say, according to my standards, that is a pretty well done egg scramble. So now turn everything off. And now we're gonna plate it. Now it is time to plate these eggs. So, my cute little plates, Costco. And from there, we're just gonna take our pan and literally scrape the sides number one, make sure everything is there. And you can honestly just slide it right into your plate, okay? So these are like some very cute looking eggs right here. And, okay, so if you just wanna be like really, really basic, here's some basic scrambled eggs, which are sliding away from a plate. But those are like my super basic scrambled eggs, and you can still see the steam coming off of them. But if you wanna be a little bit extra like I do, we might add in some green onion or some salt and pepper. But I'm gonna do that and I'll show you guys in 1 second. Okay, it is time to cut that green onion. Just move those eggs to the side. The green onion, you know, the green onion obviously, make sure it's washed. I think that's a basic thing, especially during COVID, my God. I know like I used to wash things a lot before, but now even when you bring in groceries and stuff, just like give it a good like wipe down with like, well, I would say Lysol wipes, but they don't even have those available at stores anymore. But just like make sure you're disinfecting a lot of your stuff, especially things that are coming in plastic. Make sure you disinfect the outside, and if you obviously have things like fruit, which are open packaging, right? They're not really in anything. Just make sure you just like give them a good rinse under the faucet, or let them sit outside for a little bit, or do something, you know? Don't just start munching out as soon as you see that, because my God, have we seen those memes online where people are just casually picking up like, you know, whatever in the store, like a bag of chips, and they're popping it open as they wait in line, and they're eating it with their masks down, and they're, I'm assuming, fingers that have not been sanitized. But yeah, be safe out there, guys. It's a crazy world right now. You don't want to be getting COVID or spreading it everybody wants to be safe. But we're gonna get through this like a team, you know? Okay, so now I have my green onions cut. Let me show you guys. Right here, and if you move them slid away, right there. Okay, now we're just gonna put it right on top of my eggs. And personally, I like a little bit of salt and pepper. So some Kirkland pepper. Got it on there, and a dash of salt. And it's on there too. Okay, this is the final product, guys. Super easy. What? That took us like not even 3 minutes, and obviously if you get rid of my commentary in there, you can probably do it in like less than a minute. Yeah, this is our scrambled eggs. They look very good. I'm gonna go dive into them, but you know, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And also in the comments area, just let me know what you guys want me to cook next. I will give everything a shot. If you guys even have a recipe from online, shoot it over my way, or like post a link to it in the comments. I'll try to follow something or the other, and we can try making it. Yeah, see you guys later. Bye.